Hey, hope you're doing well, and welcome to a second video of this very specific series where I kind of go in depth on certain content creators and actually being able to turn them to 10 to 30 plus $1,000 per month online business owners, whether it's through a program or a course. This is what I specialize in. So in this video, I'll be going over the process on how I actually would go over turning Megan, who is a 105,000 follower content creator in the style niche. And the reason I'm making this video specifically about her is because style is not something you'll often see programs and courses being about. So I kind of wanted to challenge myself and see what I actually could do with her specific account. And if, she's watching this video, that she can probably just take action on it, but I just chose someone random for me to actually make this video about it, right? So essentially, it kind of goes over this process. So we'll go over the account and market analysis side of things. So actually going over your market, seeing who is actually in her niche and is essentially her competition. Going over and actually creating her offer. So offer creation and ideation. What is that actually going to look like? Especially for the style niche. How does an actual program look like in terms of that specific niche? Platforms and funnels. So what is it actually going to be launched on? What the platform looks like and the funnels and stuff like that. And then again, the marketing and scaling. So how do you actually take this course, not only market it through the followers that you have, but also scale it, right? We have a couple strategies for that. So essentially in this video, this is what we will be looking at and essentially turning her into a $25,000 per month business owner, right? That's what we'll go with it. So here's her profile. This is her right here, 106,000 followers. She is in the style niche. You can see her content here. Kind of does like talkative videos, a bit of educational videos, showing her outfits. Obviously, she has a nice wardrobe. She does know how to like put outfits together. So that's really the skill that she has there. And overall, she's just really getting a lot of views. Like it really is just a great profile, and we'll be able to turn her into a 25K per month business, online program business owner through our very own process and systems. Right, I'm showing you this because this is the exact process we use for different clients and different content creators to be able to have their course or program really hit good numbers. Right, having the right foundations behind it. Right. To hit these kind of figures, right? So let's go into account analysis, seeing exactly what her situation is, right? So like I mentioned, the content is very, very appealing and well produced. You can see here, content looks good, background looks good. This is really, really good content, which is a great sign. She showcases her knowledge on how to dress and put outfits together. Again, this is where I identified the skill that she has. She's really good at putting outfits together. She has really good style. And I feel like a lot of girls who not only follow her, but look at her content would look up to her in that sense, right? We can also see the account is growing very quickly. She is getting a bunch of views here, like we're seeing, and the follow count is really going quickly. Another great sign. The account is completely about her. This is a complete personal brand towards her, and people follow her for her. So this is another really good sign. Again, has around 106,000 followers. Meaning there's really, really huge potential within this account, right? And the thing with this is she has all of this nice account and the great content, but she currently isn't offering anything to those followers that follow her, right? And essentially, all of these are really, really good green flags for her, essentially. Right, so now let's get into the market analysis. It's super, super important to look at others in your market in order to see what they're doing and their processes, right? Specifically in this niche, I'll show you examples of who I've looked at. It's important to see what are people with, let's say, similar amount of followers are actually doing, right? And one of the reasons I'm making this because although this niche is popular, it isn't as common to sell programs in it, right? Like I mentioned. So essentially, it's just to show that different niches, it's still possible to turn your content creation that you're doing, if you're watching this and you have another kind of different specific niche, into an actual business, right? But let's take a look at similar creators in Megan's niche particularly and see what they are doing, right? And we'll do this to take inspiration, see their pricing, seeing their content, what their marketing is like, their account layout, just to really gain knowledge to see like if we were to actually launch a program, which we will in this video, what would that essentially look like in the marketing and stuff like that, right? Some market research that I mentioned that I did, right? There are many style content creators, like I just mentioned. There's a bunch of them on any kind of given social media platform. Practically all of them, after looking at a bunch of them, I'll show you examples of them specifically, but practically all of them have affiliate links for the clothing pieces, right? A lot of them also do brand deals. The most popular ones also, whichever one who has followers or don't really, a lot of them do brand deals. Some offer personal styling, some one-on-one like sessions and stuff like that. a few offer programs and courses, right? And only a few. So I'll go over these examples that I found. We've got Jordan here, 428,000 followers. She has affiliate links, right? Like I mentioned, a bunch of them have, and she offers personal styling, right? Although I couldn't see the link, she says she's a personal stylist, so maybe she does it probably online, I'm guessing, but maybe in her person job, right? We have Georgia here and Sabina, who both just have affiliate links, right? You can see in their bio, it's just this affiliate link program. Same thing. They just post content, direct people to that. They get money through that. Maybe brand deals as well. I'm not sure exactly what they do. Then we got Aubrey here, who is not only a content creator and does have affiliate links, but also um, she is a coach, meaning she helps other women, girls, with their style and their wardrobe and putting outfits together. Right, as you can see here, this links to her program. Right, and I did a bit of research, and obviously we saw that she has a styling course program, which is what I think Megan should definitely do. I think that's the direction she should go with, especially to make really more money than affiliate links or just brand deals and replicate what Aubrey is doing, right? And this gives me, as someone who would, let's say in this case, help Megan or Megan herself, a good idea of what others are doing to make money through their style niche account, right? So let's now jump into the offer creation ideation. This is essentially finding what offer to build. So essentially the offer creation. So if we look at our account, how would I actually do this? Well, let's start by posting stories. And because she has a lot of followers, a lot of people will see that story, and she can directly simply ask on those stories what they need help or advice on, whether that's styling help, whether that's putting outfits together, matching colors, whatever that may be. What kind of help are they actually looking for through following her account? Ask them why they follow you in the first place. Is it because they like her personality? Is it because they want to improve their style? Why do they follow you? And ask if they would be interested in if Megan were to release something to actually help them, right? That's the main three things you should. Obviously, the questions could be more in detail, but this is basically what you want to know, right? You can also create forms either through your stories or other. This is usually just Google Forms with multiple questions, and that has to just really gather information about them, kind of similar to these types of questions. We really just gather information. And if you want to know the exact questions you would have to ask on your stories or your forums, you can also DM me on Instagram. I can show you that. And then the next one is just simply taking inspiration from competitors, right? You can kind of see what they're doing and what their offer kind of looks like and kind of replicate it. But essentially just doing both strategies. So getting information from your actual followers and seeing what the competition is doing is really the best, right? That's really going to be the best. Now, coming up with the details and the content of the offer. Now that you know their struggles, what they want to do, what type of help they need, and all the information you need to actually create an offer, this is where you create your offer. And in Mega's case, this is the offer we would do, right? Essentially, this is an example of the offer we create. Obviously, it could be a tweaked a bit, but this is essentially what you would see, right? It's essentially you should be just helping girls find ease in putting outfits together, because I'm guessing a lot of people that follow her kind of just want to have more ease when it comes to just putting stuff together and making it look nice and finding their style, right? So that's be essentially the offer. So this is essentially what Megan's offer and program kind of would look like, right? This is how it would actually be packaged and sold to whoever wants to buy it, right? The first part would be course material, which essentially is what is the resources side of things. So in this case, it'd be like educational videos about style and putting outfits together, right? So the first step really with this is to make a long paragraph asking ChatGPT why we want to leverage these AI tools that we have to actually build your course layout, and make sure to describe all the information you got from the previous analyzing you did the actual audience analysis, right? And essentially this is what it's going to look like. You can have a course layout, make it as detailed as you'd like, and you can always modify it. But in Megan's case specifically, it might be best to actually create the course layout by herself. Because since her knowledge on style might not be the same at what ChatGPT is actually going to offer and give to her as an example, right? So maybe it's a good idea to just have an example. But in Megan's case specifically, maybe you're watching this and it's very like nuanced what you actually know. Maybe ChatGPT is not going to be the best tool for you, so just simply create a course layout, right? And obviously there are secrets in order to make this a really good course layout. It's not just copying and pasting ChatGPT. There's a way of actually structuring it which essentially is the right way, is what we do as well with our clients. Right. And the next part would be community and group access. Super important to actually have a community. Communities are super strong now. When people join, you can give them members access to a group chat, a private one-on-one DM with you if you have any questions, if they have any questions. Make sure to keep everything active, interactive. Again, there are strategies to do that specifically inside your community to keep it active. And for Megan specifically, you can answer people posting their outfits. So let's say somebody posts their outfits, you can give reviews on it, asking what colors would go well together. You can just let them comments, private reviews, private sessions. You can really do a lot with the group chat and group access, right? For the coaching extras, you can have weekly, bi-weekly community calls, training calls, or something similar just to help people. Let's say you want to do just show outfits and stuff like that. Offer one-on-one calls to the most active in the group, who's being the most active inside the community. There's also the possibility to offer more one-to-one mentorship coaching or style coaching. And essentially this is where you can book one-to-one personal styling sessions and charge a bit more for that, right? So there's the opportunity to do that if you'd like as well, right? So essentially this is what it would look like. For the platform funnels, obviously the website sales funnel should contain a VSL. I've kind of went over this last video. I'm just re-saying here, a video sales letter, just explaining essentially what your process is and how you can help people. You kind of talked about their desired situation and what the current situation kind of looks like, and kind of explain the offer. The website funnel should be a one sales page, really simple, should really look clean, should look branded to you as well. Must have the right layout for it to actually convert. And for Megan, should be explaining, like I said, the current situation of their followers and maybe their struggles with their style, and explaining how the actual program will benefit them and help them, right? And again, there are many sales platforms to use to actually to host this on. We obviously have our preferred one, which is the one we use with our clients, but feel free to check the others out, right? For the program hosting platform, so what is the actual course going to be on? This is where you implement all the course materials, the videos inside the platform, set up the community, set up the calls and coaching, and put everything to your brand. Super important to make it seem like really it's yours completely, and put everything on it when it comes to your brand. And again, there are many platforms, course or program platforms to use. We obviously have our preferred one, which we use with our clients, but feel free to check out all the others that are out there, right? So that's kind of what it looks like for the platform and funnels. For the marketing scaling, for the marketing strategy, in her case specifically, it really truly wouldn't be complicated, and there's a few reasons for that. Number one reason is that she has a strong audience, and I'm sure it wouldn't be hard to sell something to them because they really built that connection with her, right? She gets really good engagement and stuff like that, so it really wouldn't be hard in that sense. This essentially means that people are loyal followers, so most likely a portion of them will buy because they're going to be loyal buyers probably as well. And essentially for the marketing strategies, you can also just look at competitors' marketing strategy and see what they're doing, especially the ones that do sell programs and courses. Just kind of see what they're doing. But again, marketing strategy in this specific case, it wouldn't have to be complicated. There would be a few things that we would do, but nothing crazy marketing. So now moving from the marketing strategy to the scaling strategy, right? How do we actually scale one of these programs up, right? She has followers. Obviously, she can gain more followers and more people are going to come through that. But how do we actually take it when the program is really all put together and nice, and actually scale it to get the most amount of people in and impact the most amount of people, therefore making her, in that specific case, the most amount of money, right? The first step we do with our clients as well, and the strategies we do use, is organic scaling, right? So organic scaling, like I mentioned in the past video, it's simply just producing, releasing, and creating better content at a bigger rate, right? And there's ways to do that without you having to spend completely hours on content creation. That there are a few systems you can use, but essentially it's just doing more of the content side of things, right? There are multiple organic scaling methods and how to leverage it in a way where you're not stuck creating content all day long, like I just mentioned, right? With Megan, because her content is doing very well, it's simply a question of putting more of that type of content out, right? We can see her content's having really, really good views, so we wouldn't want to change that completely. We want to keep doing what really works and getting more people to the page, right? That's how you really scale when it comes to organic. But it really would be a great opportunity to dive into other platforms. Similar other platforms have really, really great opportunities and great leverage. So in Megan's case specifically, creating a TikTok, but more specifically a YouTube channel would be a great addition to getting more organic eyeballs, right? A YouTube channel is super powerful for those that use it, especially if you already have an audience on Instagram. You can send them that to your YouTube really easily and get a bunch of people watching your content for extended periods of time, right? Which really builds trust. So people would come through any kind of platform that would go through her offer, and that offer would turn into money. Really simple when it comes to organic scaling. When it comes to paid scaling, a bit more complicated, and there's a bit more strategies and nuances. But essentially, for her specifically, she could use Instagram ads. Obviously, she is on Instagram. She has that profile, which builds authority, so super easy to run ads on that. And where she essentially would be attracting new girls interested in styling and improving their own style. Really simple. And for the ads, she can make it creative or reuse one of her popular reels and then run them at follower ads. Essentially, the follower ad is just calling out people who are interested in maybe upping their styles and stuff like that, and asking them to follow you specifically on Instagram and go through your content and go through your whatever you sell, right? Once ads are profitable, you simply just scale the spend. That's how you scale. Maybe you're going to test different creatives and see how that goes, but essentially it's just putting more money into ads to scale, right? So essentially that's the process, how it looks. You do an Instagram follower ad in her specific case. She gets people, eyeballs, specifically interested. You can target specifically people who are interested in content in style, essentially. Go through your Instagram page, and through that Instagram page, we go through the conversion mechanisms and systems, like just the DMs, like the email marketing I told you about, and the marketing, simply just the sales page. And they all go through that specific offer that she has, and then they turn it to clients and pay customers, meaning revenue for Megan specifically, right? So this is something you could use as a content creator yourself to scale it essentially the paid way, right? So essentially, that's kind of how it looks. Now, when it comes to the potential revenue from her program specifically, with the right audience research, or really seeing and dialing down who your audience is and what they want, the right marketing strategies, and the right conversion systems, like I just talked about, of turning those people and those eyeballs into actual paying customers. So for her account, she would easily be able to convert 0.08% of followers to her offer per month. Now, I know this seem pretty odd, but essentially it is like numbers we kind of see in the market and in her niche specifically, and her engagement as well as what this is essentially what we think of followers could actually convert to her offer. And that's essentially without any scaling strategy. So if she sells an offer at $300 and 0.08% converts per month of her audience, that's 84 people. So again, $300 times that 84 person per month, that's 25.2K per month, every single month. Again, if you have the right systems put in place specifically in her program. But that being said, if you want to hit these kind of figures with your kind of course or program, it's really important to keep in mind that your program that you actually do has to actually deliver really good results, right? You can't create this and the program is like 50% good and then you're trying to sell it and get it to really high numbers and scale it. That's not going to work. You have to have a program or course that actually helps people and that people find actually knowledgeable and stuff like that, right? And all the processes, like I just mentioned, have to be set up correctly for you to actually hit these figures, right? Super important that as well. And the revenue can vary every single month depending on the algorithm that you're currently on social media and your followers as well, right? So super important to keep that in mind. But if you're watching this video and you're someone who is in maybe a similar position as Megan, maybe you don't have as much followers or a bit more, whatever, and you have at least 5,000 followers, and you're looking to build, launch, and scale your very own online program or course as a skilled creator, right? This is your audience, and you would essentially help them through your online program that would hit 10 to 30 plus $1,000 per month. Essentially, that's what we do, and that would be you, essentially, right? And get help having these systems all implemented directly done for you, right? As a done for you service. If that's of interest to you, go to the link below this video where you can actually watch our qualifying video, and directly through that, you can actually book a call with us to see how we can actually help you and see if we could be a good fit to work together, essentially, right? So it'll be a 30-minute consultation call, show you everything, and if we're a good fit, we move on to the next steps, right? If you're not there yet, you don't feel like you want to book a call yet or anything like that, and you still want some help, you still want some advice, DM me on Instagram. I'll actually do this. I'll give you an actual personalized gameplay video. Not exactly like this. It'll be a different kind of video for your specific course or program, right? So exactly breaking down what I would do for your course or program. You can kind of take it as free value. But essentially, I'll send you that over. So if you want that video specifically for you as a creator, then DM me on Instagram. Tell me that you're from YouTube, and I'll completely send that over for free completely. It'll be a few minutes. At Adam at Growth Experts. You can find me on Instagram here. The link for my Instagram is below this video and in my description of my YouTube as well. So if you're interested in that, you can go to that. If not, if you want to set directly a call with me and we can talk about things, book a call. Link will be below. That's kind of it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.